BBC reports.
Racism amongst youth. Racism is a kind of discrimination held against people of a different race and people of ethnic minorities. Racism stems from discrimination, prejudice, and antagonism.
How racist do you think Britain is?
I think it's a lot more racist than people claim it to be. Honestly, just one look at social media will tell you all you need to know about Britain. I think we are a country that comes from a society of racism. We had an empire. We had an empire that encompassed half of the world at one point. And if you look at BBC interviews back then, just anything on the news, you would just see so much racist views of wanting an empire back. Those are sort of diminished, but they're still there. We have quite a very strong, but very not vocal, but they will certainly rear their head if an issue starts up. But there is a very strong contingent of a right wing thought process where racism is not just present; it's often encouraged. And I think this country has to acknowledge that before it can combat it. It is a problem in all races, to do at some point. Mainly to do with, I'm going to say something a bit controversial, mainly to do with the native British people. But I think it's something that we can all combat to make this country, I think, less racist.
Racism, always seeming to haunt people, no matter the place or time. It's terrorism, hostility alongside it with every affair. If racism had a soul, its hatred would flow in its veins, burning as hot as coal. It would envelop one sight with its frost, a judgment of delusion and error. Emotions also negative, it's repetitive, a tongue like a whip inflicting terror. Still, racism lives in human hearts. It breathes out the mouths of the ignorant, thrives through the actions of the belligerent, whispered to the ears of the innocent. Promoted by monsters, feared by those it has burned, silence pierces the air. If the words spoken do not do good, then do not speak. Why can't we just change? It doesn't matter where we come from, only the person you want to become. To stop racism from hurting anyone else, so we don't have to hear the message to stop it, because it isn't there anymore. To treat someone differently because of their skin colour, their culture, their ethnicity. It is no excuse for you to be prejudiced. It is racism.
Why is racism a problem? Racism is a problem because many people suffer with it. The more people are racist, the more unconsciously follows. Racism can have devastating effects on communities and individuals. Certain ethnic groups are left out because of it. Causes people constant fear of verbally or physically being attacked. Minorities having little or no trust in anybody apart from family. Discrimination creates a society that lacks trust and respect for each other.